Oh, this is not stop this banner. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever it is that you are watching the broadcast. Hello, 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 hello. It is wonderful connecting with you, saying hi, hello, how do you do? What is happening with you? Blessings, 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 and more blessings to you. For those who will be live, yes, 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 let's do it. For those who are hashtag and replay it, I love it. For those who will be on and I don't know you on, and I might not never know you on, I could appreciate that. For those who will be used by Papa mm, at some point down the road to encourage this girl, uh, let's make it do what it do. Let's make it do what it do. Uh, this is a live broadcast, live show. Um, this is a live show. Your comments and interactions and real-time interactions. Oh, I got a comment already. You're welcome. Okay, now let's add that as a banner. Excuse me, y'all, while I do the thing. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Who came in already? Hey, cousin. Good morning, cousin. So good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. I think, let me see. For those who will be live, yes, yes, yes. For those who will hashtag and replay it, I love it. For those who will be on and I don't know you on and I might not never know you on, I could appreciate that. And then for those who will be used by Papa at some point down the road to encourage this girl, let's make it do what it do. Let's make it do what it do. All right, y'all. Uh, there's lots of stuff going on last week, so I wanted to make sure that um, we still kept the momentum going, but I wasn't available uh, to be on. I wasn't available to be on, and normally, I am pretty open about sharing kind of like what's going on, but what's going on now is not my business, so I don't share other people's business live. So I wasn't available because I wasn't mentally available last week to be on and do things like this. And stuff is still going on. Like it's not past, but um not a but and. So my messages will be influenced by it, but um it won't be the topic of the conversation. Let me just say that. Um, however, it will be influenced by it because that's just how life is. And it's how I live. I live an authentic life and a transparent life, but transparency doesn't mean everybody get to see everything and everybody get to know everything because if you understand transparency and transparency has with it and what do you call it? Um, levels of appropriateness. It's the word. Levels of appropriateness. And so, yeah, levels of appropriateness, appropriate access. Ooh, I'm gonna type that in the chat just because authenticity and appropriateness of access. Yeah. Okay. Got it, got it, got it, got it. Okay. That's just for my notes, okay? It's just for my notes because I wanted to remember that. Okay, so what are we talking about today? Why are we having this conversation today? Live, y'all. Live and live well. Period. 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 Live and live. Look, I ain't never really been for the dumb stuff. Never really. I ain't never really been for the dumb stuff, right? Not really. Uh, but there are things that can happen in life that remind you that you ain't for the dumb stuff. Hey, Tanya, good morning, my sister. There are things, periodically we have things that happen in life that remind you. That's why I live how I live, because I ain't got time for the yang yang and the yin yin and for the whatever. My time won't be used like that. Like, I'm gonna live an authentic, um, appropriate, transparent life. I'm gonna do what's right for my soul, what works for me, and I can't be concerned about what other people think I ought to be doing, right? And the things that I'm talking about today are not necessarily things that I'm living, meaning it's not so much because I have these problems, but I'm living. I'm having these conversations. One, because I get to hear a lot of things serving as a therapist and just being who I am. I get to hear a lot of things, and I get to hear a lot of reasons why we don't do what we do, or why we get stuck in places, and why. Ugh. If last week and the week before taught me anything, is who in the bleep bleep cares. And I ain't trying to be insensitive. I'm not. I'm not an insensitive person. But if last week taught me anything, it's like later, for any acceptance of excuse that we give ourselves for why we not doing what's ours to do. Later, accept excuse if you want to, but I ain't got time for it. I just simply don't. I don't have time for the reason why we not. I don't have time, and I also no longer have tolerance. Good morning, Ray Price. Thank you for your prayers. I appreciate you. Not time, no tolerance, and I'm not interested in it. Look, we got one shot, one opportunity, to seize everything we'd ever wanted. And let me tell you, the things that you want that come from your soul for real, you say, yep, no excuses. Is that right, Tanya? Right, sis? None. The things that you want that come from your soul for real, you got one shot, one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted. I'm not talking about the wants that are built by this white supremacist, capitalist, um, imperialist society that we live in. I'm not talking about those wants that have been implanted into our minds. I ain't talking about those wants that the commercials say, buy this because it'll make you better. I'm not talking about those white wants. I'm not talking about the wants that that come from stuff being implanted in our food. Like, do you know that there are chemicals in our food that make us want to eat more? Right? Those of us who've, been overweight, right? Yeah, sometimes I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna be all over the place. Warning. Let me put that in the comments. Let me just put that in the comments. Warning. I'm gonna be a little bit more raw than I have been, and I'm gonna be a little bit more over the place than I have been. Warning, warning, warning. Yeah. 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 I'm trying to think, where should I put that for people who for people who need to know. Don't listen if it don't work. Don't listen if it don't work. Let me tell you what I'm not gonna be. I'm not gonna be unkind because it's not who I am. It's not who I am. The fruit of the spirit will always be a part of how I engage others, but definitely a shift from 2 weeks ago. So, I'm not so if we have one shot, one opportunity to seize everything we ever wanted, and again, the want I'm talking about the soul's cry want. I'm not talking about the want that this society has implanted in so many of our beings. I'm not talking about that. Um, and y'all know, like commercials say, if you don't have this car, you ain't nobody. What? Come on, y'all. Come on. Come on, y'all. You ain't nobody. You was somebody before you knew you were a body. We all was somebody before we knew we were a body. Every last one of us were. And it's your responsibility to know that. Let me just say, when I say I don't care moving forward, what I really mean is you, beloved, and me, we can't afford to care. We can't afford to be so concerned that it stops us from doing what only we can do. That's what I mean by I don't care. When I say I don't care, like I can't afford to care. I can't afford life is way too precious and have too many promises that's mine to fulfill. Promises that have been made to me, but I got to do my part in the co-creative dance. And if I accept excuses and if I keep being blind by what's going on around me and by what the intentions for me are from other people who don't mean me any wellness, and I'm talking societally now, okay? Because not in my community, because my community means me well, as I mean them well, right? My friends, my sisters, my brothers, my, family, of course, my family. And y'all know me. When I say family, I don't just mean blood. I don't just mean blood. And I don't just mean black. Just to be clear, as my language changes. I mean humanity. I mean humanity because we need all of us. We need all of us. And later for the dumb stuff that divides us. Yes, we love you. Thank you, Tan. Yeah, love you right back. Yeah, it's interesting. So, lots of things going through my mind right now. And I'm gonna slow down because I only want to say the things that are life-giving. And I only want to invite us to things that will lift us. But you do know though that some of the things that lift us don't feel good. My practice is a practice to be kind and not a practice to be nice. That's my practice. A practice to be kind. I'm not interested in niceties. Hey, Frank. Hey. Hey, Zeta. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for your prayers. I appreciate it. Love you back, Zeta. I'm not interested in niceties. Nice is for the mask pretending people. Don't be nice to me. Be kind to me, right? Be kind. If you kind, then I'm going to be well in your presence. If you kind, I'm going to be safe in your presence. If you're kind, I'm going to get what I need in your presence. If you nice, you'll let me walk up off a cliff because you concerned about you feeling what I feel about you. What the? What? Enough of this nice stuff. Nice will get you stabbed in the back. Somebody be nice in your face and will stab you. And no, be kind to me. Be kind. And let's practice kindness. If y'all don't know the difference, look up the difference between nice and kind. Nice will get you jacked up. Nice will keep you jacked up. Nice is the kind of thing where you see something hanging out my nose and you don't tell me because you don't want to embarrass me. But you let me go around being embarrassed for 2 hours. That ain't cool. Kind is that you getting ready to embarrass me by saying, hey, you got something hanging out your nose. We all uncomfortable with kind a lot of times. I need you to be kind. I need you to choose kindness in life. Choose kindness for you and choose kindness for others. So I'm just saying, warning, there's some stuff going on that ain't my business, so I ain't gonna be sharing it. But I'm affected by it, greatly affected by it. And so in being affected by it, it is giving me a perspective shift. It's giving me a perspective shift. So this is what we call straight and no chaser. I think that's what I need to call the shows moving forward. I don't know for how long, y'all. Um, and so of course I didn't do live shows yesterday last week because I couldn't do live shows last week. And this week we're gonna play it by ear. But this is the straight and no chaser version of the show. straight and no chaser. I'll put that in the comments. Straight and no chaser. Ooh wee Jesus. Take the wheel. No, I don't want you to take the wheel, Jesus, because you did your part. It's time for us to do our part. You came, you walked the earth. Good morning, Gwendolyn. Good to see you. Good to see you, my sister. Good to see you. So, if you have given yourself, come close, closer, beloved. If you have let yourself off the hook, you've given yourself an excuse for not doing the thing that only you could do. Now, I ain't talking about tomorrow. I'm not talking about next week. I'm talking about right now. You giving yourself the excuse, justification for not doing the thing that only you could do. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Your breath, tomorrow's breath, is not promised. Scripture says, give me this day my daily bread. Give me this day my daily bread. You got bread for today. You don't even know if you're going to be here tomorrow. And you not going to do it because you worried about what somebody going to think about you? Really? 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 I get it. I get that we've been indoctrinated to this nonsense. But straight up and no chaser, later for that. I serve as a mental health practitioner. If you need help to get past that stuff so that you can live your real full life without concern about who gonna think what, call me, hit me up. I will create because I ain't got the room or the time to personally walk through it with everybody. But if that's something you need, if it's something your community need, if it's something somebody need, let me know. I will create a workshop and make it available for free. I will give my time to free you from that so that you can live your own full life for the betterment of all of us. Let me tell you, we all need that. We all need it. This straight up and no chaser version of the Y5 AM show. Maybe we can really change the name to straight up no chaser. It's so much that there's so much that we waste time on. There's so much we waste time on. Folk waste time not speaking to each other. Really? Get it fixed. Like if it's that toxic, just decide. No, we ain't gonna be in a relationship no more forever. Just make that decision. And don't be in a relationship. But don't spend time talking about what they did and how they did it. Like, no. Straight up no chaser. Here's the new language. Done with that. Done with that. Okay? Done with that. Done with it. So we got some new language coming up. I am in a different place and I'm going to be censoring myself because I know I'm in a place. And oftentimes I'm in this place, I'll shut it down in a different way. But I feel led in my spirit to have conversations while being in this place. So, warning, it's straight up no chaser. I love you. I appreciate you. I value you. And at the moment that you were created, at the moment of your breath that you received from God, you didn't know it. And it wasn't your fault if you didn't know it. But if you listen to me or somebody tell you what I said, you now know it. And it's your fault if you don't live it. You gave up the responsibility to not be amazing. You are amazing. You are one of a kind, irreplaceable. You cannot be done over. And if you choose to allow the stuff that has happened to you, and I know something happened, but if you choose to keep allowing it and don't get some help, beloved, for what you need, then that is on you, boo. That's on you. Just straight up no chaser. I'll see you tomorrow morning. We out here now. Bye, y'all. I do love you, though.